With that, let's turn to the first question, Mike, which has to do with interviewing. And the question I'm getting is, we get that, unstructured interviews are what they are, but when we turn to other forms of interviews, like case interviews and what someone has termed a brain teaser, I don't know exactly what that means, but I would imagine it's one of these problem solving kind of moments in an interview that reveals something about someone. Are these more valuable than the unstructured interview or just different? What's your sense about that?
Tony, I love that question. This one hits really personally. Um, I was the person on our management team who always took candidates through the case interviewing questions, often called Fermi questions, or as someone said, a brain teaser. The question, how many golf balls can fit in a plane? And the question that I used to love asking was, please estimate how much oxygen is in the Earth's atmosphere. That was a question that I pulled off of I was a geochemistry major and I pulled it off, my senior year final. And it was something that my my impression of how the interviewee was doing was really based on if did they answer the question similarly to how I might address the question. Google has stopped using case study questions because they did a study that says the only thing that case study questions do is make the interviewee think the interviewer is pompous. And it's one of these situations that your impression of how the person's doing on that question is not validated. When you use something like a cognitive-based assessment, we're validating this tool to get that answer for you. So if you want to hire, quote unquote, smart people, pull in a cognitive-based assessment, trust the assessment which has been validated for repeatability and again several metrics, and save yourself the pain, suffering, and humiliation of being thought of being pompous. And really, when you're structuring your interviews, you should be talking to, say, if you're interviewing with 4 key managers, that all 4 managers are looking for a different aspect of the interview. So you're not asking all the same questions. One person might be looking at business acumen. Another person might be looking at direct experience in that field. Another person might be looking at cultural fit for the organization. Another person could ask a question about ethically challenging situations that you've been in. So I would really spend your time in structuring your interview on things that humans are good at, like fit for your organization culturally, than I would on really just waving a flag at these case interview questions.